All right. So for today's project, I've been trying to find stuff that has a lot of color in it. Today's kind of gray and overcast. I haven't seen any sun yet. And I like sun and I like lights and I like color. Lots of it. In case you couldn't tell by my very purple kitchen. Very, very purple kitchen. And if you saw the rest of my house is extremely colorful to match it. I've got a turquoise bedroom. I've got one bathroom that is coral and another bathroom that is yellow, and my living room is yellow, and just colors everywhere. So I like a lot of color. So I'm trying to find projects with a lot of color to keep us going through all of these days where we're just stuck. And so I hope you're taking some of this work and kind of displaying it. I found this one. It was kind of cool. I don't know if it was meant to be an art project or just something that somebody painted and there it was, but I saw it in passing and thought of a really easy way to adapt it to you guys so that you could draw it with minimal supplies and just do a one day lesson here. And most of the lessons that you guys are seeing from me are very different from what I teach. When I teach, especially my upper grades, my 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, they're going to get lessons from me that we're going to sit and we're going to work on in the classroom for a few weeks at a time. So adapting lessons that I teach to you guys where we're going to work on it just for a day here has been a little bit of a different challenge. And of course, a lot of my stuff is sitting at the school. So we're doing a lot of this off of memory, whatever I find on the fly. But this one was super cute. It's just these little, I saw these little trees. Might even saw them on Pinterest. Like I said, it didn't come with any kind of lesson. It was just some picture I had seen in passing. And I thought, that is so colorful, so cute, so simple, that we can adapt it in many different ways. So we can adapt it for paint. I did mine in colored pencil. You can do it in crayon. You can do it with whatever you've got lying around. So let's do the simplicity of it first. Here's what I did. My trees are done first in a black Sharpie because I love Sharpies and I always have them laying around. If you don't have a Sharpie, don't worry about it. Use it whatever black coloring material you have got. If you've got a black crayon, go for it. Draw in black crayon. If you have got black colored pencil, use that too. If you've got just a regular black marker, you can use that. I would recommend using a black marker of some sort and then doing all the colored dots in some other coloring material. This way your black tree outline is going to stand out. I did not do the outline in pencil first. And I know we've talked about not being afraid to make our mistakes, but when it comes to trees, the beauty of trees is they grow in so many different directions, and there's no set way for a tree to grow. So there's no set way for us to draw a tree. So however you're going to do these branches, excuse me, coffee, it's going to be correct. I mean, let's face it. It's great. Something like this allows us to make our mistakes and do whatever we're going to draw. So we're going to create these. And then I did all the circles in just my different colored pencils. I kind of wish I had a pink colored pencil, but I did not in the box I was using. I could have walked over to my daughter's stuff and borrowed one of hers, but I did not. And that also allows us to use and look for what a lot of my kids may or may not have at home. They may be lacking in supplies, and some of you might because you didn't get out to a store, and that's totally cool and acceptable. So if you have paints at home, you could do this with just some Q-tips and your different colored paints, and take your Q-tip and dip it in your paint and make your dots around your trees as well. So here we go. Here's how I started this. I started with my my ground, just drew kind of a line, a horizon line right across my paper. I wasn't worried about it being super straight because, well, the ground is not. If you've ever walked around in your yard, you've noticed that. I started with my tree in the middle. It is going to be my longest and tallest. And I'm going to start with my trunk and just kind of Again, I'm using my Sharpie because I am a big Sharpie addict. And then I'm just going to start kind of bringing branches of different sizes off of it. And I'm curving them a little bit. And make some smaller ones off the edge there, however you want to do it. And I'm making it look very similar to what I have. Let's not do that. Let's add some variation, shall we? You know, I want two artworks that look exactly alike. But I'm not going branch crazy, and that's because I want to have room for all my dots. I don't want too much black in there to take away from all the colors that we're going to be adding. So keep your branches to a minimum so that you've got room for all those pretty colorful dots, but you want just enough branches for your rainbow dots to sit on. So you're going to draw your other two trees, and your other two trees are going to be a little shorter. Your tree in the middle is your focal point. So once again, I'm going to draw my trunk of it. Still wandering around in your pajamas. And then again, I'm going to curve my branches in towards the trunk, and that gives me a little bit of room for what it is I'm drawing. But, you know, you can have your branches go any little cute direction you want to, because again, it's a tree. You can channel your inner Bob Ross, make your happy little trees. And if you don't know that, then you need to go sign on to Netflix or change my channel when you're done and look up some Bob Ross. In fact, I think if you pop onto my channel, I'm already subscribed to Bob Ross, so just lead it right from there because he's amazing. And he's going to just keep you nice and calm for the day. All right, so now that we've made our very bare trees, we're going to make them a little bit more happy, something I think Bob would appreciate. And you're just going to get out your color pencils or crayons or whatever you have and start drawing circles. I just kind of lay them out and I just grabbed a color and started doing circles wherever I wanted, randomly placed. Some are going to be a little bit bigger than others. Some are going to be a little bit smaller. And I think for each color, I did maybe no more than 3 to 4 as I was going. And I can go back in and add more of another color if I want to, if a certain area was looking a little bare, a certain tree. And you're going on the outside of a tree too. So just like that. And while I have this color, I will add it to the other trees as well. Since these ones are smaller, I may not make my dots quite as big. Oh, hi, baby girl. You coming to check out what Mama's doing? I know, you can't hop up on this table. My dog is down there. What? Are you whining? Hi, I know I'm not petting you. That's a problem for you. And then just switch your color. I've got a dark blue now. And just keep going with your dots and filling them in until you've got something that looks like this. That's basically it. And then what I did is you can kind of see my shadows down here. I just took my black colored pencil real lightly. I filled in a shadow. I do have it. My light is not great in here today. I did very lightly give it a green tone on the bottom with my colored pencil and blue up here. You can leave it plain white. You can do whatever you want to. If you want to give it a little wash with a watercolor, I mean, it's your work. Do with it what you want to. It is completely up to you, however you want to decorate it. If you want to take this and put it in a little frame. I did really, really enjoy this one once it was done. I really liked this one. So much so I was thinking about painting it a little larger and putting it somewhere else. I'll tell my husband. And seeing what we can come up with. But just enjoy it, guys. I hope you like this project. I hope it brings a little bit of color to you during this time while you're stuck indoors. And especially on days like this when it's quite overcast and rainy and we're not seeing any sun yet. And if you have any questions or comments, either hit me up in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Mrs. Mims1. And if you enjoy the projects that you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to keep them going for you for as long as I can, as long as this brain is thinking of new stuff. Don't forget to check out the daily drawing, and I will see you guys on the flip side.